Go to now the banks are charging you $5 to write out a check if you don't use personal checks. With a credit union, your checks will be free. You give them the money, then you say, okay, I want you to make a check out for me. They make out a money order for you, and it's free.
He won't allow me to talk, so I can't talk.
You can talk. He's trying to figure out the website.
Okay, all right, yeah. And so that's what I've been telling people who come here is to look at small banks again.
I lost the internet.
Yeah, that's the thing. You might have a cable out.
Oh, you have to be careful with that.
Yeah.
It ain't working because it's unplugged. That thing is kind of broke. It's from the Baroque period.
Yeah, you do better to get a new cable instead of trying to help me out.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not getting a new cable because that works for me. See, I'm telling you, don't spend money, people. Make it work.
Except when you need to, like on a cable.
Yeah. Well, that works for me.
Trust me, buy cable.
It works for me.
Cables.
See, that's why we've been married for almost 40 years, because we know each other.
I know a young lady that bought her car through a credit union, and she didn't pay as many, I think the word is points, for buying the car. So credit unions are good if you want to buy a car.
Yeah, because they'll do a lot of things like personal in terms
They even have credit counseling and credit. They refer you to credit management.
Yeah, but you have to be very careful because all of those vouchers are out to make money, and so they have like this disguise that they're gonna really help.
Yeah, there you go.
Be very careful. Very careful.
How many of you all have a brokerage account now?
I did. I closed it.
Okay. You should. You should absolutely have a brokerage account. It's very easy. The reason I want to show you this one, this is one of my favorite online brokers, Scott Trade. It's one you might want to go to and take a look at. You know, they have some physical offices, physical locations if you want to actually go in and talk to people and stuff like that. But you know, like if you go in and you want to open an account, it's simple. You shouldn't be intimidated by the process, in other words. As you can see, it's a real simple process to open an account. They send you some documents that you sign and so forth. Boom, boom, boom. You know, and you just go through the process. And you don't have to have a lot of money to do it. Okay? So you don't have to have thousands of dollars to open a brokerage account. So that's important. And in terms of building your assets, owning stocks are a great way to build your assets because you get an advantage, a tax advantage, when you own stocks as well. Like for example, if you save money in your savings account, what do you receive at the end of the year? Interest. And you receive a little form, right, that telling you how much interest you paid and how much taxes you owe on that interest. Yes. Well, guess what? If you buy stock, say you buy it at $10 a share, and the stock goes up to $30 a share, you don't pay any taxes on that until you sell the stock. This is why it's important if you're trying to accumulate wealth for an estate. If you buy stocks, and you should buy stocks with money that you know you don't need immediately. You should be looking at, when you're buying stocks for investment purposes as an individual to build your estate, you should be looking at money that you aren't going to need for anywhere from 5 to 10 years. This is why it's good to use as an investment building tool, because you don't have to pay taxes right away on that money. You don't have to pay taxes when you, but unlike a savings account, every year you get the interest, you've got to pay taxes on it. Whether you use the money or not, you got to pay taxes on it because you receive it. But if you buy stocks, the stocks go up, you don't pay taxes on the increase in the stock. So if you bought a stock this year for $10 and 30 years, and 10 years from now it's worth $30, you will pay taxes when you sell it, but not until you sell it. And so often at that time you're in a different tax category. That's why it's considered a great investment tool. And again, you should be only looking at money that you don't need for the next 5 to 10 years. Because if you think you're going to need your money within, say, a 5-year period, you should keep it in a savings.